Hello dear students, I am Prabhat Dubey, your BST teacher. As we were discussing the chapter 2nd, today our topic for discussion is features of management principles. In the previous lecture we discussed about management principles. Today we will discuss about the applicability of these principles, how these principles are applied in regulation of business and trade. So we will see that what is the exact nature of the principles and how the managers are applying these principles in their industrial unit. As you know that these principles have been developed on the basis of live experience of happening of the past, how the issues were resulting in any particular institution or organization, and how the managers are dealing with the issues, dealing with the operational problems, and in that manner the principles evolved. These are based on the situation and how the managers are dealing with the issues. So the first feature of management is universal application, pervasive. As you know that all the principles that are devised to regulate business and trade is universal, but their applicability depends upon the thinking of the manager, the prevailing conditions around that organizational unit. Principle is same, but its applicability is different. In which scenario that principle is applied, it depends on that what is the need of the hour, what is the environment around that institution or organization, what type of challenges are there, what is the objective, what is the mission and vision of that company. Okay, what is the educational and qualificational level of the workforce that is working in that organization. So the principles are universal, but their applicability makes them to be applied with different approach is different. As you know that the mindset of each and every manager who is working, who is dealing with the management, is different. For every single problem the solution may be different. Okay, as you know that there is a human nature is the most diverse thing on this earth. So what type of decision will be taken by any manager depends on his own background, his own thinking, and how he is going to apply that principle. Okay, second one is general guidelines. Management principles are general guidelines how to manage the company. As anyone who is joining any service, the team who is hiring that person, before giving him employment, a document is being given to that employee to be signed. All the company's policies, all the guidelines, his mission, vision, objective, what are the code of conduct of that institution, all things are written in that document. That is called service agreement. Okay, the moment you sign the service agreement, your employment starts, and you are bound to follow all the rules and regulation that is devised by the person who established that business or institution, the chairman or any other person who is in the top management. So these guidelines are to be followed, but it depends on what is the number of people who are working in that organization, what is the nature of product that is being manufactured in that company, what is the global impact, what is the social impact of the product or the service that is being manufactured or the service that is being provided by that institution. So the guidelines are framed just to provide a smooth environment, conducive environment where sustainability is there, cooperation is there, coordination is there. So these guidelines always provide you a clear path, how to work, how to develop team spirit. All these things are imbibed in the general guidelines. These are very important for regulation and management of any business. Next one is formed by practice and experiments. How these management principles evolved, what was the need and how it came to the present state. It took a long process of evolution. In earlier periods people were watching how any specific manager or the person who has established any business, how he is managing his business affairs, trade, international relations, and from each example that is making impact on global scale. A new principle was given a proper place in the management principles. If any renowned company or renowned businessman was dealing with any impactful issue and he provided an efficient solution to that, then that principle is added in the books of management with case study, and the efficiency of that person who was dealing with that issue is also included in the textbooks. And in this manner, different types of principles are before us. Each type of principle is resulting due to any specific problem that came before any business manager. Okay, as you know that the different definitions and different explanations of management principles, management values, all came from renowned scholars, business managers, business founders. Okay, as you know that if there is necessity of anything, then experiments and research goes on in that field. Okay, if there is no necessity of management, then there is no need of management principles. No one will work to devise any management principle. Next one is flexible, as this is the main parameter on which science principles and management principles are different. Management principles are flexible while the principles of science are rigid. Science principles are universal and applicable to every place, every nation in the same manner. There is no change. But the management principles change according to the situation, according to the demand of the time, according to the technological, social, cultural, political and economical status of that environment where any specific business company or any organization, any institution is in operation. So all the factors that are present around any institution or organization make impact on that company or business unit. Okay, but science principles are not impacted by any environment, any political, technological or social aspect. If a fruit is falling from a tree, the principle of gravitation is working on that. That principle is not dealing with any type of political or technological, cultural issues. If any fruit is falling from tree, whether in Germany or India or China, the same principle, law of gravitation, will work on it. Okay, it is not getting any impact whether Prime Minister is Mr. Narendra Modi or any other person. But the business policies, the business principles and the regulation of business is getting clear impact with the political scenario. If there is democracy, you will get proper opportunity to deal with any type of business with proper mindset. But if there is dictatorship, autocracy is there will be direct impact on your business. Okay, if the ruler is just, he is providing you proper opportunity to run your business, then only you can apply your management principles. If there is dictatorship, the ruler is charging hefty tax on your business, then your business will get devastated. Okay, so you can understand how the political atmosphere affects the business and trade. Okay, that's why if any country is interested in investing in any other nation or establishing its production center, manufacturing unit in any other country, the first thing that comes in its mind is the political environment, how the policies of that country is going to help him in establishing its manufacturing unit. If the government is supportive, providing all the facilities, tax is also conducive, minimal, then only that company will invest in your country. Now, this was the case that the foreign trade and the investment was not coming to India, especially in Uttar Pradesh. Yogi government is providing proper opportunity to the foreign investors. He is giving them secure atmosphere and proper platform to start business. Now the investors are coming to UP and they are showing their interest in establishing business and manufacturing units. Okay. Now the next example is next principle is mainly behavioral. As you know that human emotions and human sentiments is involved in management decision making. If any company is in operation, manager is taking any decision, he is also a person. There is a proper mindset, there is a human emotion that is involved in any management decision making, and his decision is going to impact several person who are working in that company, or the customer who are utilizing that product and service. So it is behavioral in nature, whether the scientific principles are not behavioral. They are not going to be inspired by any human emotion or human sentiment. But management has, any manager always need to take care of the human sentiments, human behavior, how his decision is going to impact the mindset of his colleagues, his subordinates, and the customers. Okay, so we can understand how behaviorism is impacting the management decision making. Next point is cause and effect relationship. Okay, in your book it is mentioned that management principles are based on cause and effect. That means these principles tells us if particular principle is applied in a situation, what might be the effect. Always the effect is to be considered. If any decision is to be taken, the management has to predict what will be the impact, what will be the effect of that decision making, and after making the proper analysis, this decision is taken. Okay, that's why for decision making a balanced mind with proper educational background and practical orientation is needed. That's why any renowned person who is being appointed at any sensitive decision making post, his personality is to be balanced. There is a rigorous process of selection. If decision making is involved in your responsibility and authority, then you always need to take proper care of human sentiments. What will be the effect? Before taking that decision, you have to take proper care of the impact that it will generate. Okay. Although these principles cannot state perfectly absolute result because these are applied on human beings, but it helps in knowing some idea about the effect. Although you cannot be 100% sure what will be the impact of your decision, but on an average scale, you can generally predict what will be the impact of the decision that is being taken by you. Okay, you cannot be 100% sure, but you can assume, you can calculate a probable impact of that. Okay, decision making. The last point is contingent. Okay, so we will discuss it and we will complete our discussion on it. Management principles are contingent or dependent upon the situations prevailing in the organization. Okay, as you know that all the management principles and its application is dependent on the situation, the working environment that is prevailing in that organization. Their application and effect depend upon the nature of the organization. The application of principle has to be changed with change in situation. As we discussed in the other points, that management principles and its applicability always depend upon the environment, the situation, and all the factors that are impacting the manufacturing or service providing activity of any business. Okay, you cannot be ignorant to the outer environment. If you are operating in any specific area, you have also to it is duty of the business unit or any institution to take proper care of the environment that is around you. You cannot harm the environment, you cannot pollute the system, you cannot discriminate the people who are around you on the basis of caste, creed, religion. You cannot compromise on the national security, the spirit of nationalism, federalism, and the democratic principles of any country is to be followed. Even if you are a citizen of India, if you are working in UK or USA, you have to follow the principles and guidelines that is provided by the constitution of that nation. If you are violating any norm, any policy, then it is a it is an offensive act and you will be punished. Your company will license will be rejected. Okay, so we discussed about the features of management principles today. In our coming in our next class, we will discuss the next topic, that is significance and importance of management principles. Till now we were discussing management on the whole. Now our focus is on the management principles. Okay, so we will meet in our next lecture. Thanks.